Okay. So, are we live now? Not quite. I guess we'll do that, that, go. Uh, 40, this. So yeah, it's finally happening. I am streaming Seven Kingdoms 2. Okay, will we make it? We can actually make it to that mine. I'm playing with only 2 resources here, so actually I might have to move the city. Might have to move my capital. I'm not too happy about that, but I may have to end up doing it. Actually a very, very nice and protected position here, so we might go with that. So, you settle here. You will build a 4 nearby. Just move there already. I'm playing with my usual settings, which means I start with very, very little money and the AI starts with a lot of it. And this is bad because we have a Carthaginian. Okay, he tried to get all the money here. I believe, yeah, the green peasant was going for that mine. He's not gonna get it though. Sorry there, my friend. Build a 4 over here. You get that going. And a factory over here. Then we'll probably just that going. Okay. Slap a badge on those. Put them over there. Then we'll have to slowly but steadily get moving. The thing with this very low amount of cash we start with is we want to... we can't afford to basically buy several generals and then just have those and then keep those paid and staffed with troops. So we'll just move the entire kingdom a bit. The entire kingdom will move from here over there, which is probably just a few kilometers down the line, but we do need to follow the resources right now. What's the Frighten Kingdom here? That's my place. Oh, Minotaurs. That's not the greatest thing to see, because those will compete with us for resources. That's also not the worst thing to see, because they're not too strong. Although Frightens, it's kind of always a mixed bag. Sometimes they will just go and annihilate everything, but most of the time they'll just fling themselves at a 4 and die. Quite horribly, in fact. Okay. Auto that. Go down to 5 people here. Okay, now that we have money coming in, we can look into making more... we can look into making more building, building more stuff and expanding the kingdom. We are a bit late with our inns and such. I'm hoping we can sort this out. Also, YouTube is saying the stream is getting only very little video to maintain smooth streaming, but I don't think the game warrants much more video, to be honest. Also, hello one viewer, unless that's again just me. Okay. Ah, come on. Select this guy. Should probably get a mousepad again. I need a second in. Now we may finally have a look at what cities we have around here. There is a Mongol city, and there's a reasonably cheap Mongol general, so we'll have him and we'll put him over here. Accept that. Build the wall. Chinese are good at that, I hear. Actually, no. You're still there. I want you to build a Tower of Science right over here. I usually have those more permanent buildings in these corners, so I can just build a town over here, and I can split the workforce. This will get me reasonable amounts of. I get all the work done. There's no matter how many nationalities you have in a Tower of Science or in a building. I think it does not at all affect the likelihood of accidents and the like. So we'll start with that. Actually, no, we'll not. We'll start with advanced manufacturing. Then we'll start doing some mercantilism, I think. I think that's a proper term for it.
Ready.
So we want that caravan. We want it to go over there. And we want to buy iron. We can trade, of course. That's set to auto. Yeah, use your maps. It's quite a valuable tool. Also, if you could let me know if the stream is doing alright. As said, YouTube is just saying I'm not getting enough video content out there, but the data rate looks pretty promising to me, so I have no idea what's going on there. And I suppose it's just the fact that the game is pretty low res, okay? There's a Viking city here. Can we get a Viking general? We have a pretty poor general here, who is not worth that amount of money. We also don't have the amount of money to buy another general right now. We should be able to afford that once we get to higher amounts of caravans coming in. They are currently on their way. I mean, we have the Purple Kingdom buying large quantities from us. We can actually check that here. We've traded for next to nothing. Also, what's going on here? There is lettering over here. That wasn't there before. I'd prefer that not to be there, so... No, it's blinking. Could have stopped that. Okay, we lost some grain, which is not exactly pleasant. Also not too bad. I don't actually mind that. I remember we're still sitting on reasonable amounts of food. As long as we have more than 200 products in store here, we can actually afford this guy now. Yeah, can we get a cheaper one? Not really. So this guy it is. You now have a job, sir. I'm not going to even bother trying to pronounce your name right. But again, I could... Well, it's not too difficult, as you would seem. Thorlakel Ulfhedinson. I'm not a Viking, even though many Germans seem to feel like Vikings. I'm not a Viking. Period. My cousin's really into Viking and then Norse stuff. It's strange. I just never got the appeal of it, you know. Those carrots are so bloody slow. At least there's a... not sure why there's this script is there, but it's kind of bothering me now. Okay, we are now pretty well financially. As you can see, caravans keep coming in and they're buying all the stuff. I really don't care who buys it. I think the prices don't really differ that strongly. And of course the market says it has a low income right now, only 1,700 something. That's gonna increase, but we are making way more than that. I mean, most of that money we have is pretty much trade money. And the market only considers what you actually sold to your citizens. Do we have a Viking kingdom here? We do not. So we can freely, well, mostly take over the Viking cities. All those caravans. Where's my... there. We'll copy that. And then I wanted to find a Norman. There are no Normans right now. We can get the Romans, which is almost the same. Not quite though. Okay, Japanese and more Chinese. How are we looking in terms of leaders here? We don't have any very talented leaders. Do we find a Japanese leader here? Hardly. Okay, and we have 45 workers here. I'm gonna still build a seat of power here. I should have actually built that over there. Okay. Mitsui has proposed an alliance. We can do that. What I want to get is a Shaolin general, which I'll just have to keep an eye out for. I wish I could post like wanted notes where I could say, okay, I want to be notified when there is this person, or when a person like this enters my inn. It would only be for like one person, so you could say, or one thing per inn. So say, okay, I want this inn to look out for a Norman general, and I want this inn to look out for a Chinese spy or something. It wouldn't be more precise than that. Then again, it's kind of random, and I think it's better that way. I hate when the selecting box just skips around there. It's absolutely the absolute worst. It also turns out the where do we get the poor generals here? Also, now streaming Seven Kingdoms was easier than I thought. The thing is, the start menu, when you create the game and everything and set everything up, has a different resolution than the game proper. Like right now, we're in game resolution, it's full screen, it's all fine. In the start menu, everything was a bit askew and moved, and it looked kind of weird. So I was afraid that horrible things might happen, and that streaming this would be a nightmare. Also, you are way too expensive for me right now. We're at 11,000 clay, which is not a lot. I mean, it losses a bit, but generally mines are very finite, so we'll not be able to get that much out of it. And again, even though I said most of this in my Let's Play already, it's actually a concept I really like, because it means you can't just bunker up, you can't just wall in. You'll eventually have to. Oh wow, he attacks that. That's actually quite the worst possible thing for him to attack, because I want those resources. And I really can't afford to have him kill all those guys. But we'll get those resources, at least some of them. Alright, no. I'm totally used to being the blue player. In this case, I'm not. It's strange. Sometimes it's just strange. Where is my other caravan? It's on the way back, so we'll clone that and hope we get another batch of iron. If you could blow up that factory now, that'd be great. I'd be very grateful for that. I don't think he will, though. And if he's smart, which he... Damn it! There goes my iron. Okay, we don't need that one, we don't need that one. We almost got... Yeah, we've only got one full batch of iron. So we'll get 500 iron products. Which will come in handy, and we'll keep an eye on that now. So we have a second viewer now. Hello there. Now if the Quidson is smart, he will actually look into... he will use this chance to train, and then he will get more soldiers up. Also, right, we have all the fun gods today. We have the earthquake guys, which is the Carthaginians. We have the Mongols, so we literally can't do jack. We are obviously on 3,000, so it's time to put that money to use. We might want to actually... We will help our chances here a bit. Just a bit. So, that might be where this money goes. Yes, an espionage tower. Can we get more resources? No, not yet. Hello, Stefan Roy. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Yeah, this city is really short on workers. We'll actually have to fix that. 9,000 clay. I needed a Norman general, although I probably don't need anyone right now. Could get a Chinese. Let's do that. I need another town. I'll probably unite those towns as soon as we get to that. Do we have a Chinese town here? Preferably one that's not yet claimed by anyone. Or going to be claimed by anyone. We are currently out of work, and I'm still looking for a Chinese... Pause the game. Look at the trade map. That's the resource. There. There's the Japanese Grid of Power. Let's see if we can grab that. Are you... It's the only Japanese we can get, so I'll have to buy him. Begrudgingly. Okay, and now get that. The right side, getting a ninja to do that is good because those are pretty damn fast. Also, those still haven't arrived. I'm not used to caravans being that slow. I don't know why, but I always expect them to be faster. The brown player is expanding, which is a smart move. He has a second lair here. Now, the AI is a bit weird, because they technically do have the resources to enslave one town, and they never do that. It's I think they just don't get the or don't estimate the strength there properly. So we'll have to spend some money in here. It's expensive, but it's going to be worth it. Because Mongol cavalry, my friends, it's where it's at. At least the general is somewhat decent. We need more guys. Oh well. We are making more profit. Let's just grab that iron here and make some iron products. It'll take a while for the AI to catch on to that, so we'll sell less iron products for a while. But they will very soon pick those up as well. Okay, there we go. We have this town, unless he spends a lot of money in bribes. We pretty much can say we have this town in our bag. Shame I can't hire that hero. Did I get the Scroll of Power? Not yet. There's my ninja. Very fitting to send a ninja, right? We still didn't get the spy I want, or the general I want. I do prefer the... I would prefer to have one Shaolin monk by the time we get to research the Shaolin Temple. Simply because we have the Japanese Scroll of Power. Now you leg it. Do we have any Japanese cities we can grab? Not quite. Not that one. Not that one. There's a Roman there. More Mongols. More Vikings. Okay, we're a bit short on Japanese people. This would be a shame to actually get rid of this general, but we might actually have to. I don't have anything for him to general. It would be easier if we had Egyptians, because then we could just make some population, but I guess, yeah, sorry. He has to go. I just like to have this those scrolls, you know. Also, do we need advanced mining? Don't think we actually want that. So we'll go with special units. I want the Mongol Naadam field. I will not declare war on that Quizon. Thank you. Also, anyone here who has played 1702, food is still ticking down. That's actually okay. That's to be expected. You can always expect your food to be ticking down in the early game. It will very soon catch on though. Here, prayer-wise. Still not the general I want. This guy would be an amazing addition to our army here, but we can't really afford to populate 2 fortresses right now. And I don't think we have too much of a chance in taking over another city as well, because since the AI started off with, I think, the large treasury. Oh, that's great. Because they have the large treasury, they will have a very easy time getting all the generals they want from the inns and getting pretty much everything they need. Okay, this mine has been re-established. This time under the green flag. I usually don't bother going for a second mine unless it's really close to my towns. Unless it's close to a town, let's just say that. He's after the first one. The first one is always a nice thing to have. I went with 2 resources for this game. You can go up to 10 now. Back in the day you could only do 7, so basically 1 for each kingdom. Now you can go up to 10, which is an absurd amount of money. You can still go beyond what the map allows you in resources. But it's pretty difficult. Like it takes a lot of divine work. Let's just say that. We do have 2 scrolls of power, so if I had a Chinese city, that's kind of stupid. He's gonna lose that. If I had a Chinese city, a Japanese city, I could go and try to get the Japanese greater being as well. That's yeah, that's the one who just joined us. I do remember this game very well. I've pretty much grown up with this game, and it's great. Ooh, we got a hero. Hero Yulug, the guy who we saw earlier. Do we have any Mongol cities we could take? I thought I saw one down here. Yes. This... Actually build an Ardent field right next to that. We want this alliance treaty. Stefan Roy, I actually have a Let's Play series of Seven Kingdoms 2. It has 3 seasons by now. The first one was a human game, the second was a Frighten game, and the third one is a campaign game which I haven't finished yet. I have to admit that I haven't finished it yet. I didn't really get to do that yet. I'm going to eventually. But right now I just felt like streaming this for a bit and seeing how that goes. And considering I now have 2 viewers, although one of those might be myself, I think it's a success. Okay, we got the Mongol Berserker. What's that? Oh, that's Yulug. Okay, he can survive. He can live. Do we get? I could get the Norman now. Yeah, Kenward Pickoff. I have no idea what this guy did. Oh yeah, thank you. Still hoping for a Chinese general, but I'm afraid I'll have to wait for the hero to show up. For a hero to show up. The city will slowly come over. I will not declare war. I still don't want to declare war on that grid zone, thank you. Okay, let's also want to build the Shaolin Temple. I don't think I want the Shaolin Temple just yet. I do, however, want to probably get these resources now. I have 3 caravans. It's kind of a habit I got into, but every time I bring caravans to, or I go to a new market, I just recycle all the old caravans that stand around. There is little point in getting those back on the way. Do I have 3 of those now? No. Although to be fair, this other mine should not have too many resources left either. We'll try to see how much we can get out of it. This mine won't last us forever though. Okay, every now and then we should also check on the... I'm still totally used, because I grew up with this game in 800 by 600, I'm used to the menu thing being up here. And it still bugs me every now and then. Also, we just lost one of our alliance treaties. Again, that's not too much of a deal, because there's not too much of the Green Kingdom left. Okay, and we have the Escrow of Power, so we could technically just send a spy in there and have a stabby time. Although that might be a bit difficult with the espionage technology having to be researched. I actually like the setting a bit. I'd say a bit, I like it a lot. It forces you to, well, do research. And it also keeps you from just going full infiltration mode early on. Also, I don't think Green will declare war on us right now, because, well, he's kind of busy with another war, and he's also... That's the thing I wanted. I actually rarely use the military tab here, only every now and then. It's a good reference to see whether or not you may have spies. Send 2 more caravans, and we need 7 more units here. Yellow has given up on that 4, which is great. And we now have the Chinese Berserker, which means we need another technology to be researched. And let's go with advanced farming. We're not going to do mining too much longer, I'm afraid, because this mine is almost down. And I may want to... Oh no, it was still green. There's a second king. The second green king has just gone down, so it took him a while though. Took quite a while to get the second king down. Okay, pause the game there. That's not quite the greatest thing to see happening. Especially because I don't think we'll have any Carthaginians here. So, okay, no. Now there are two issues I have with it. First off, we don't have a general for this town. Second, there is Tengri on the prowl somewhere. And Tengri is generally bad news. Because he likes to target your wagons. He likes those a lot. And I don't like him targeting my wagons. Let's just put it like that. I don't like that at all. Actually, we'll have you. It's the best general we can get right now. It has to be a spy. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's kind of a dick move, to be honest, to grab those citizens like that. And I remember playing with my brother once, and I pissed him off really, really hard because I would end up having a lot of seats of power, and eventually I would just use all of those because, duh, I had them. So why the hell not use them? And more often than not, I would end up putting one of his cities over. And he didn't appreciate that at all. I don't know why, but he didn't appreciate that. So, yeah. Oh, did we already see that? Oh, farming. I just thought I just finished mining. So they would have had to have gone through all the farming researches, but no. Let's put the 4 here. Let's hope this town gets finished before Tengri comes over. Also, this place here might need a little more convincing. And we are sitting on a lot of money, so let's do that. I'm not sure if this game can actually be modded at all. I mean, it would be kind of fun to do so. I would totally like to see, for example, the Mayas and some of the other nations of the First Seven Kingdoms to make a return here. I mean, that would be cool, right? But I'm afraid it won't happen. And I'm actually happy the game did make a return to Steam. And I gotta say that, I actually bought both the Steam and the GOG version when I saw them coming out, because it was such a great game. Back in the day, my brother had the CD version, and we would just borrow that to each other. What's Carthaginian? And I would definitely like to have that Scroll of Power very soon. Okay, let's hope he doesn't have any spies in here. Is that mine still going? It is. Great. 2, 3. I never do more than 3 caravans because you can get about 550 resources tops. If this mine is full and you grab all the resources here, then they will not be able to resupply the market that fast to actually make that worth it. So yeah, just don't bother. Also, your market can only fit 500 resources as well, so if you get it filled and you set your factory to the right production just in time, your caravan would otherwise just haul those resources back and forth needlessly. I mean, everything that would be overflowing here is just carried back, which is kind of a waste. Okay, and right now we are actually very, very well off. I will, however, get the Carthaginian elephant training right now. Look at that. Also get a general for that. And we have this guy who just left my inn again. Well, he wasn't a great leader anyway, so that really miffs off your soldiers. There. Okay. We're looking here. Not too bad. Apparently all those Carthaginians have been waiting to join us. It's kind of strange. I don't think most of those are spies. Look who's coming back. The Kritzan is still there. Let's actually find him. I always thought the brown and the purple are a bit hard to distinguish here. I mean, look at the map. I'm gonna move the the map zoom window away. Look at that. I think that's really hard to discern. Does he have any other layers? No, he only has his little, there's very little Kritzan here. He does have a town with the whopping one peasant, and it's going loyal, so at least his all high is somewhere in there. Although I find these smaller towns are generally easier to control. They're easier and they're more loyal. Okay, also, before I forget that, let's remove that. I'll just put those in there. Okay, now we're kicking. Hero just joined us, and didn't I have a red-ish here? I could put him in there, or I could. Damn it! My computer just I think my computer just froze. Or at least the game just froze. Give me a moment. Okay, maybe that fixes it. Maybe not, though. Nope, didn't fix it. Okay, I'll have to get back into the game. Give me just a moment. Probably have to... I know. Apparently everything froze. Oh, my mouse just died. Give me a minute. I might have to grab a new battery for that. Surprisingly short-lived. Okay, I'll pause the game here. I'll be right back. Okay, it was just a battery. The game did not freeze. And I'm back. So, the hero Ragnar Lothbrok has joined us, and we just were earthquaked right over here somewhere. Okay, wait a moment. I think we'll send him down to Viborg. City of Holmgard has just joined us, which is also pretty nice. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think the asset is still owned by Enlight. I do have the permission from them to Let's Play this, although it wasn't too hard to get. I think they were more than happy to have somebody promoting the game, although I think I can hardly say I'm promoting anything because nobody bloody watches me. Yeah, they do. They also have a little exploit where they can get one more earthquake out of their god, which is the worst. I absolutely despise that. Speaking of Carthaginians, we might actually want to... which one was the Carthaginian? Not that. This one. We might want to get ready to undo the Carthaginian power there. Okay. Now that guy's sorted. That guy is still on the way. Yeah, we'll have that treaty. And we are losing money now, which means... Oh no, the mine is almost done. And as we see here, the new mine that spawned is just out of range. Just out of building range of this town here, right? Yes. So I won't bother with it. Ha! Perfect. That's what I've been hoping for. We'll actually have him build a Shaolin temple over here. And we'll see what else. Also, I know the soundtrack is still owned by... Oh, I forgot his name, but I did actually get a copyright claim on my first few Let's Play videos of this. Because the soundtrack was audible, and apparently that's still owned by the composer, and he has a claim on it. So yeah, screw that. I really didn't mind it. I didn't dispute anything on it also because he did a fine job here. The soundtrack is kind of nice. But I did turn down the music for this. There are so many independent units. Like, way too many. Look at that. Look at who's tried to nick my general. And we are making food, so I can actually sell 1,000 units. I can tell you food sales are going great. Also, get that iron. Just in time? No. Nope, they didn't get it in time. So we are carrying 10 units of iron here. And pretty much all those can bugger off. This one, go away. This one. And those two are empty, so we can remove those. And okay, all of those go away. If Tengri could go away from that, it would be great. I hope he doesn't steal those two guys over there. Look at that, heroes galore. And we can use none of those. Well, we could use them, but I don't want them. Also, I guess you could try to besiege Enlight in the Steam forums to make the game moddable, but I don't think it's gonna happen. They haven't actually been very responsive there lately. I wish they were. They were kind of nice to have around. Look at that, a new Green King. But they're not yet broken. You can tell the kingdom is pretty much down when they actually go through a lot of kings in very short time. Like 2 kings in 5 minutes, that's a lot. 2 kings in 20 minutes, that's actually okay. That's still reasonable. Okay. How's the military looking? 3 in here, 0 over here. Might want to fix that. We need... Ah, no, don't do that. I want to have somebody from here. Build me an elephant training. Also, that tower's not doing anything. So we'll go with some spying. Right now, I want to have... I want to get to stabbing. We have a Carthaginian spy here. He is getting good at spying, and he is about to attack that civilian city. I hope that won't impact our reputation, although it might. And I hate being responsible for the deaths of civilians here. I actually do. I don't like killing them at all. But sometimes, I suppose you have to do it. We're also at three viewers at for a short time. Sadly, the third person seems to have left again. That's a shame. And we've got more Vikings. And how do those guys have those impossible to pronounce names? Can I get a Viking general, axe thrower? I mean, I'm very unlikely to actually get the Viking seat of power. And that's another thing that I actually suggested to Enlight at some point. To have those newly founding kingdoms. I mean, sometimes you have new cities emerge of nations that weren't on the map before. At least if you use that setting, which I do. And I would like those to actually also have scrolls of power. But that's just me. I love collecting those. A bit of a scroll of power hoarder. If only partly for the reason that so nobody else has them. Okay, that mine can go. Mines are very expensive. Actually, I had a multiplayer game a while ago where I actually had a few seats of power as well, or only one, and the Greater Being kept giving me mines. And it gave me the mines quicker than I could actually use them, and then it was kind of annoying because what the hell was that about? Because mines are bloody expensive. If you look at your economy, no, it's weirdly enough it's towns. Mine, oh right, we took down our mine. But mines cost a fortune to keep up. And I had so many of them, like early game when I hadn't consolidated my economy that much. And I had like 4,000 annual costs for my mines. And that was horrible. So there's a second mine over here. And we'll import resources from both of those.
Ready.
That's just the way I try to play it mid-game until I have enough... seriously. No, the earthquakes are real. The earthquakes. But it seems this one was a natural one. A spy? Yes. Maybe I was too soon with the earthquake. It doesn't seem to have been a natural one. But we got the town of Viborg. I'd actually like you to not attack that, but it'll have to be. On the bright side, that might mean he's going to enter the famous rebellion spiral soon. Which I suppose most of you are familiar with. Woohoo! The loyalty of every subject in my kingdom has been increased to maximum. I do not have that many subjects, and that's actually one of the least useful things you can get from your gods, but we'll take it. I mean, it's essentially a tax boost if you want. Yeah, it's a weird setting, but I actually like to have it around. And sometimes when they pop up like mid game when the first kingdom's died and you have a new kingdom pop up, then they can turn out quite nice. But yeah, if they turn up late game, they are kind of weak, mostly because they don't have a scroll of power. They only have their king. They don't get a 4 or anything. So most of the time, if you declare war on them right away, there is nothing to lose really. They don't have anything, and I think that's something that also might need to be fixed. I think they should spawn with maybe at least a fortress and maybe even some gun turrets or some arrow turrets, ballista turrets. What are those? Yeah, you can have that. Counter spy. Look at that! I haven't I haven't done much and I'm first, although it's not too difficult. The AI is not great. I mean, I've brushed it a few times here and mentioned it in Let's Plays. The AI needs a lot of work. I would argue that so does my playstyle, but who cares, right? It does feel great to play Seven Kingdoms 2 again, though. And since we're currently sitting on plenty of money, I'll just increase the loyalty for taxation to 90. Look at that, his all high is probably about to snuff it. Yeah, I don't see him survive that. Although he could go here and maybe even wipe that army out. I mean, the general is pretty good. The rest are mostly rookies, so yeah, that's not gonna happen. So that's the problem with those Quidzens, they always die too quick. You know, I could actually do that. Yeah, let's declare war. Let's honor our alliance. I'm not gonna do Jack, but I will honor the alliance we have. Had for like an hour. Get more resources. I would like more resources, okay? Let's remove that. Okay, where's my spy? He is over there. Sadly, his king is not here anymore. Ooh, a Carthaginian hero. Can we... Teehee. That's for the earthquakes. I absolutely love that. The espionage in this game is so satisfying. Yeah, let's annoy the Roman player. Interesting enough, though, the Gridzone actually died with its first all high. Most kingdoms don't get to do that because they have so many subjects to choose from to become king. And one of the most fun things I remember, or one of the most annoying things I remember from Seven Kingdoms 1 was actually that every citizen could be king. So when you were about to wipe out a kingdom and you had most of the military crushed, they would just recruit random peasants from their villages and make those king, and you'd have to like sit next to the village and then kill all the kings that would come out. And that was just bloody annoying. That was not a very productive run there. Next caravans should be more lucky, and it's about time. And now that... what do I have? Oh well, I think that's the caravan that has been walking back and forth with those 10 units of iron. We don't need that anymore. There's no other general here. How are these people looking loyalty-wise? Pretty okay. We'll not bribe any of them. Yeah, it's usually either of those with the Gritsons. And I'm always secretly cheering for them as well. But as I said, the AI is kind of horrible. They should actually go and enslave one village and then use those resources to build up. But right now, what they usually do is they throw themselves at a fully armed fortress, and that's just something they can't pull off. No matter what race they play, they can't pull that off. They will all be wiped out. And that's quite a shame, because I feel that that wouldn't have to be. Sorry, just blowing my nose there. It's about time the people get colds again. I'm not looking forward to that. I personally hate having the cold. Okay, Nitsea is still up for grabs. You're not going into my fortress, right? Let's still arm that. And my seat of power still is empty again. A golden horde. Well, that's nice to have. Can never have enough golden hordes. And we are killing it with the food sales. Look at that. I'm not sure how many batches of food we've sold. I wish the AI would actually pay better for those, but they probably don't have the money for that. Let's see. How's our food sales? And this is, by the way, also something I find pretty interesting. The sheer amount of detail you can get here. I mean, this is probably one of the most detailed economy breakdowns I've seen in a long time. So it's very easy if you end up getting low on money to figure out, okay, where's my big expense? Where's all my money going? And if you ever ask it, you can just look it up, and it's great. I mean, over time you kind of get a feeling for when things are going wrong and when things are going horribly wrong, and you figure that out. But I just love that. It's time to stab another guy. I can do that until he sends the king. And I probably will do that until he sends the king. Although I might as well, let's just see who is your third. So if he were to start a war with the Blue Kingdom, what's your skill? Not enough yet. I usually tend to not get my hands dirty there, so I just let them have a go at each other. With some gentle encouragement. Which again is why espionage is so satisfying in this game, and I've not played anything that did it so well after that. As sad as that is. Some more elephants. Then we have the Roman and Chinese. Okay. I always try to make sure I either have one full stack of units in here if I have the special troops, Or, alternatively, I have, say, well, the full 4. So I can always tell by looking at the military screen if there are only like 1 or less than 8 soldiers in a 4. I can tell for sure that this fortress is infested with spies, and I may actually end up executing them all, like the entire fortress. I tried to avoid that, and if you really want to, you could also save scum there. We just got the independent town of Nisea, and we have a cache of artifacts. Let's not send the generals in there. Okay, you grab that, you grab that, and you grab that. Okay, now Nisea. We're not researching anything. Oh, very convenient. You get that, you get that, you grab that. Okay, we can still sell more food. And I would prefer to give the artifact to that guy. And I was so happy when I discovered you can actually drag artifacts from people within fortresses. Before that, I would have a pretty annoying time, because you'd have to get the soldier with the artifact you want out, then you have to drop it, then you have to get him back in, or you have to move him, then you have to get the artifact with the unit you wanted to have, and it was all kind of fiddly. And this is just so elegant. It almost makes you wish they wrote it in a tutorial, or in the might have actually written that in the manual. Also, since I just keep seeing your chat message there, when I started playing St. Heroes 2, the Minotaurs were actually one of my least favorite Quids or Frightened races to play, because they were just so weak and they didn't have a ranged attack. So yeah, I just didn't like them too much. It would also appear that Kanuma Market has not exhausted the mine yet, but their mine is just terribly staffed. Which is kind of a limiter to my usual I will just buy your resources strategy, because they eventually will outproduce the mine, so there's no resources coming onto the market anymore. And once at that point, my strategy kinda belly flops, and I'll have to see what I can do about getting my money. I will usually end up with a mine sooner or later, though. Also, those guys here are mostly to replenish any Shaolin monks that will die in this 4, or from this 4. Yeah, it's a cool thing to know. And actually most people I've talked to who played St. Heroes 2 didn't know that. And that's what makes me believe it was not written in any manual either. I would prefer to believe it was in there, but apparently it wasn't. And here we go with a lot of independent towns, which probably won't see too much action. Oh, wait. You might have come to a very convenient time. You might still. We have somebody who's a leader. You. It's actually something I don't like doing. I generally try not to touch the kind of the royal squad, because that's one way to make sure that there is no spy among them, is to never move them. Get that fortress filled and never touch it again. Does that check out? I'm quite sure I had more people in here. We might have spies in here. Although since this is a hero, one spy will usually not really cut it. At least that's what I've gathered from experience so far. One spy will have a very hard time killing a hero. Two or more spies, especially very skilled ones, will have a fair chance of... oh wow, we just got another hero, great. I just sorted that town out. Okay, we'll capture that then. Oh well, this hero should actually have the spread shot ability. I believe most heroes that have like combat skill of 200 or above actually do a spread shot, which is something else that I've only noticed a few times. Like it's I've seen that, I've noticed it, and it struck me as weird, but I didn't believe it at first. I thought, okay, that was kind of a weird bug. And yeah, I just believe the overall trend is as soon as they hit 200, or as soon as they surpass 200, which is kind of hard to do, they get this spread shot ability. Also, where did my general go? Not you. The other one to still bring in resources. Military. I just sent out a general. This one. No. This one. Yes. Actually, I want you to build that for a bit higher, a bit more north, because this town is going to move. Okay, this guy will go here. I should totally look up for some axe throwers again. We're almost out of useful technologies to research. I do not consider the war machines any useful in any way. They're just rubbish technologies. I usually research them just to keep my researchers busy, but aside of that, I consider them wasted time. Okay, there should be... Alright, I just got the second resource there. And it will not be touched for a while. Oh, the freezing, yeah, it's annoying. But that freezing also seems to be kinda random. It doesn't freeze all the units that seem to be in that radius every time. Which is good. I mean, it would be totally overpowered if it were. And if you just swarm them enough and with enough ranged units, you can still usually get them. I mean, you may or may not lose one or two soldiers, but you can generally get them. And I think I just heard Baal Hammon again. I'm not sure I like what I heard there. Where's my spy? In a 4, sleeping. Could you stop sleeping for a moment and start stabbing again? That'd be lovely. Thank you. Did anyone count the earthquakes? We're at 3 generals now, and I think we're more than 3 earthquakes, so I'll just keep stabbing away. Yeah, I think we definitely lost a soldier here. I might have just clicked one less. I sometimes do that, which is weird. We usually go with 1 full batch and 1 7 soldiers batch. Look at that, a tiny Norman town, which has just lost its first peasant. So pointless. Is that? Yeah, that city is actually big enough for a second floor. We have plenty of good generals here as well. It's kind of great. So let's get some decent infantry up here. Ah, still no axe throwers. Still no Viking axe throwers. I just want somebody who can lob axes. But to be fair, the heroes pressured is kind of hard to see when they're in the middle of a firefight and there are arrows flying everywhere. And it took me a while, and actually, I think I actually followed one of those heroes for a substantial amount of time to see if I were, or if my eyes were deceiving me. And eventually, I was proven right. It felt so great. Okay, this resistance is dropping far enough, actually. I'm very pleased with that. Okay, we have... Ooh, that guy is great as a general. One of the worst things that actually happened to me in this game was in the early game I spent a large amount of money on a pretty good general I really needed, and I hired him for like, I think 1,500 to 2,000, which was almost all the money my kingdom had at this point. And he immediately died of the plague. So he literally stepped out of the inn and keeled over and was dead. That was pretty annoying because it cost me so much to hire him. And he just died on me. Just in time. Yay! That's so useless. My spy is picking up skill quite fast though, which is very nice because he will soon be able to cause diplomatic incidents. Yeah, just kill some more things. I wonder if he uses his elephant to actually do the killing. Seriously? No, just asking for it, man. Now you're literally asking for it. I have been known to kill off enemy armies one soldier at a time with that. That's just cowardly, my friend. Using the greater being to attack a city. That's just low. I mean, seriously, that's low. Not here. Here. That one. You go there. Do I actually want that? Yeah, you can have that. I don't really mind the tech brokering, and it does give you a fair amount of reputation with them. To just let them have some technologies. It gets even better when they actually have... Oh, I didn't arm that. When they actually have... What was I going to say here? When they actually have those war machines, because those techs really are good for nothing else but tech brokering. Okay, you go there, you... Come on. No, you. Place that. Okay, what's that? And I really wish that independent layers would also form a new and that they will also have a chance to spawn a new Quitson instead of a new kingdom. All those tiny towns springing up. Well, you can laugh about it now, but I didn't find it that funny back in the day. Those random events. Then again, I could have just disabled them in the start, but I didn't want to do that either. So what attacks you want? Fine, have them. I'm actually quite happy with the better agriculture, because let's face it, we might need it. That market still has a lot to offer to us. Okay, there are only 2 resources out, and we have, well, both of them are currently taken. But I believe the purple market will eventually, or will very soon, run out. Where did I put my Mongol cities? This one. Oh, it still needs some time. I wish those were a bit quicker. Ooh, a Japanese town. 27 people, that's sizable. Enough to make me pay this guy to capture it. Although it is really close to the Green Kingdom, so we might not have too much of a chance of getting it. But I'm hoping he's too busy getting fighting and doing all sorts of nonsense to actually bother with us. Okay.
好的，长官。
Okay, we just had another earthquake, and you know what that means. You there? Look at that, he's sent a capable general now. Well, shame. We can do that all day, it's fun. Okay. Alright, not this... We got another town. Where was... Oh, down here. No, not down here. Down... Not down here. Here! That's the city. The thing with the attacking the Carthaginians now is they have a few alliances, and I don't want to fight against several kingdoms at once. It's possible, but it's no fun. I'd prefer not to have to do it. That. A veteran Chinese spy, eh? Where do we want to put this guy? maybe also to the orange. Yeah. You can actually cheese and look for their king that way. Which we may or may not do at some point. It would be kind of hilarious if spying wasn't capped at 100. Like if spying was like combat and they could level it up to ridiculous degrees. Although I guess it would make it overpowered. And you don't need more spying skill than 100. Actually 90 is plenty for most things already. That was an earthquake. He doesn't have a general here, that sucks. Who am I supposed to stab now? First world problems. There, have a badge. I feel generous. I'm not sure if we'll actually finish this game today. So I may actually have to go to sleep soon. But I'll try to get it done. I actually can... I can actually start moving the game along at my pace, or actually at a bit of a quicker pace. What's that market doing? Where are my caravans? Those are on the way back. Let's send 2 more. That's another thing I love about this game. There's nation object maps. They're so great at all those map modes. I mean, they all do something for you, and they all really help you. They all have their purpose. Except the terrain map, which is the worst map ever conceived because it actually hides like everything that's green. Also, look at that. There's a resource, and we just saw that a bit too late. We'd be a bit too far away from it anyway. Okay, I know we're losing money, but I'll still bribe those guys here because I want to move their city. And if you build a second city near them, you actually have to go the wagon way. I would have expected a green fall here, to be honest. The purple works as well. Okay, now this we want to do that. Okay, you want to build the mine over. No, not the mine. You want to build a factory over here. Can you actually hit shift or something? No, you can't. Ah, you can right click to do this quicker. And this town is now unnecessary. So, there we go. Lots of new towns. And now we are already out of work again. So it's back to war machines. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, now a market over here. And despite what some people may claim about the AI does, there's no reason to connect your mind to the market. There is no reason to ever sell resources to anyone, except it's like you're playing with a friend and you actually want to give them like a bit of a heads up or a head start. And yes, you may want to sell them resources, otherwise just don't. It's not worth it. Ready. So it's time we get iron products again. Well, almost. It's also kind of weird how the AI only does this one building per citizen. Like this citizen could easily go over here, build a market, but he will actually send a citizen from half across the map to do the same thing. Oh no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He actually builds a market, but he was a bit slow with that. I think there's also a bit of more of a recent patch. It took them a long time to figure that out. Okay, you go there. Where's my caravan? Oh, don't do that. Go back. Actually, there's this withdrawing to the market for caravans. I think that's also something they changed after Seven Kingdoms 1, because in Seven Kingdoms 1, caravans were, just like in this one, they're kind of holy, so they can't be attacked. And what you could do, for example, with a caravan was, if you saw that a resource had appeared, or you saw a scroll of power, you could just put a caravan on it and essentially block it. It's still possible now if you have, for example, a spy or a civilian, and you put him on neutral, then there's a very low chance he'll be attacked. It's not impossible, mind you, but there is a low chance of him being attacked. And you can use him to block access to a certain thing for a short amount of time. So I believe it might be in order to actually buy this city out here. I want this city. I need a Japanese city. So, yeah, this is going to piss off the green player most, I think. I don't care. Also, damn it! I was hoping we'd get near the fall with the king. Obviously not, those are the king. So we'll just go and stab away. Let's see if we can actually kill this this hero general. Nope. So there you go. You actually have a very low chance at killing heroes. Oi. What was that supposed to do? Don't scare me like that. Woohoo! Another war machine. And we still don't get the bloody Viking axe thrower. And I would like to have another of those. So you have proven yourself. Now go and do Shaolin things over here. Oh, in case you're wondering, I never do espionage colleges. I just don't see the appeal of it, because you don't get very high-level spies. Well, you can't do the caravan thing in this game anymore, because they will just automatically move back to their starting market if you if they reach their target. Like the place you had to walk to. They would just continue trading. But yeah, and in the first one, that was definitely possible. And it was an exploit, I'll admit that. It was an exploit. And I don't know the game as well as I could. I've actually talked to someone a while ago who knew, like, everything about it. He even had some unofficial patch notes, which was something I never heard about. And again, I never looked into those, but he knew everything. And he also kicked my ass in the multiplayer. just to throw that out there. I'm not as good as I would like to be, but I don't actually plan to get into any kind of professional level gaming. Okay, the purple market has just been exhausted, so that's useless. you two are dead to me. I'm also very glad they fixed the longest standing bug in gaming that annoyed me, which is something we don't really see in this round, but we could see it, for example, over here. That was the units getting caught on landscape. Oh god, how I hated that. Like, every time you had a unit that moved through one of those mountain ranges, there was a very good chance of them getting stuck on one side and not being able to pathfind around it. So it would actually lead to such structures here holding entire armies of AIs, which would of course never reach their destination, so they would eventually get demotivated. They would obviously not reach a fortress, so wherever that general was supposed to be didn't get the loyalty bonus from that general because the AI thought the general was still alive, but he was just standing in the mountains admiring the landscape. So they would easily start to get into rebellions. Also, I was about to export some goods from Shanghai. That's Shanghai. I don't think we'll get any to transport. Is that clay? Yeah. I don't think we'll get any to transport. Okay. Do we have enough for one charge? Yes. Go do that. I wonder how many spies are in here. None, I'm surprised. I wonder how many I have in my fort now. Probably quite a lot. Can I get a Viking axeman now? No. Who would have guessed? I just built a temple here, yes. How's our military looking? 15, 15, 15, 15, 8. Could I get a Viking hero? That would be great. Those cities are overflowing. I guess I could actually use a war now, just so I get my military busy at some point. Oh, my fort has been struck by lightning. That happens sometimes. I think that was the god's way of saying you should probably get more monks in here. Ooh, the Greeks have arrived. This place here. It's halfway across the map. Actually, it's all the way across the map. I could just import those resources to here, but I don't want to. I want to keep my factory at home busy. Also, we want to have that like so, and that 5. Tornadoes are one of the big downsides of living off of having cities near the edges of the map. And right now I'm a bit unhappy with the way my kingdom is laid out because it's very spread. We have this here where it's relatively easy to actually just send troops, and we're also pretty well defended here. But over here, that's a bit dodgy. We don't have a very big town, so I can't afford to staff a second fort, or I will not have any citizens left. And it's very far away. And I don't have the fastest units, so it's dangerous. If they decide to declare war on me and go for those cities, I'm kinda boned. That's something you have to admit sometimes. You may be kinda boned. Do we have any towns that are filling up? Well, we have the Viking towns and Pengyang. Oh, Pengyang. And right, this city is getting full now because we kept channeling all the... Yeah, that works. Leadership 20, are you kidding me? You know what? Settle down. This may infuriate some people, but no. I'll not have such a soldier, because that's such as a ticket for unrest. Also, we have that now. This guy's very loyal. Let's see, who is third? Quintin. Now, the funny thing is, I neither have the Norman nor the Carthaginian scroll of power. So why not have them both... just quickly check if I can get the king here. I can't. That's a shame. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to see... Yeah, I haven't seen that bug in ages, and the official notes say they patched it. Finally! It's a bug that has been bothering me for like 20 years, and that's absurdly long in internet terms. Okay, well, alright, I was about to start a war. So let's answer the age-old question, who would win in a battle between the Norman army and the Carthaginians? Let's also fill that up quickly. So spies, they're both at 100 skill. So we'll have the more loyal one, although not to that kingdom. There we go. We're now at war. Well, not we are, but they are. And that is a reason for me to pull out my spies and just send them back here. You can have a badge. It's not necessary to give them because they are quite loyal, but I like doing that because, I don't know, it feels adequate for their service. What I also sometimes do is have kind of a little camp somewhere where I can have all my spies so they just don't stand in the area. Also, now that we have all the time here. Nope, pathfinding seems to work well now. Look at that. We can send him on this side, we can send him on this side. This side, this side. Let's put him on here. I think the safest way to get that bug going was to actually have a longer straightway and then run into the landscape. So we'll try that while we're waiting for something else to happen. Like a Viking axeman showing up in an inn. And now I don't want to build more inns. I will not declare war on that. I will sell food. I'm like the antique Burger King now. No. It's nice of you to ask me as well. Oh, I love the espionage here. I just love that. And you can actually, it's something I once did. You can actually have a game 1. You can wipe out all enemy kingdoms without using a single soldier of your own. Well, not without having any, but without actually using, without killing anyone. Except maybe those generals I kind of backstab. But aside of those, you can win without killing anyone. And wouldn't you agree that that's quite an achievement? I should have actually screenshotted that screen. It felt glorious to see that, like, okay, enemy soldier slain 0, enemy threat slain 0. But I've friggin' won the game. I have dominated my opposition. Probably not easy against humans, because humans generally are a bit smarter than the AI here. Not that the AI here sets the bar very high, mind you. But yeah, humans will generally be better at dragging you into wars. Also, if you're playing with friends, you'll probably you'll want to assist them. Getting all the Vikings and no Axemen. Why is my town getting struck by lightning? Doesn't seem to care about that, mind you. Yeah, I mean, I've actually had that once. I've had a spy which I just sent across the map and looked for his king because I knew he had to be somewhere there. And yeah, I never really caught on. It's something you can pull off against the AI. I mean, I wouldn't really send a Chinese spy into a Carthaginian 4, for example. That's just something you can, again, pull off against the AI, but any other player would just get totally suspicious there, and it wouldn't work. What you can also do is, I've been told that a while ago, you can have your spies actually become neutral, and then enter inns with them. It's also something I learned from this this very, very smart and knowledgeable person whose name I forgot. And that's also I never knew. You can send your spies into inns. How weird is that? Also, how freaking great is that? You know what? We might actually have to do a regular second squad of Viking soldiers here, because this town is getting full. Or we might have to first do this. I'm so glad Tengri didn't notice me there. Where is my... There. I know I could just go with the trade map, but I like this more. There is stuff being produced here, great. Where was I? Here. And I wish the 40% setting would all, or the setting would also persist with any new generals. Another hero! Whoop-de-doo. I will put him over there. The Cordial of Combat is kind of used again with the Chinese, because at least with the regular infantry, because they do not have a berserk attack. Oh right, I could have the Japanese Ninja Dodo. Let's actually have that now. And we keep getting more Vikings. Yeah, go to Viborg. That's a good idea. Okay, so the plan for my little axe throw problem is to just have what we actually use is the divine support or the unknown. Okay, thank you. Just want to make sure I don't have any spies in here. Ah, right. I'll have to live with that for now. 30 of our buildings have been. I'm not the blue player. I'm the red. I have to keep that in mind. Okay, any big walls we can look at? I don't know why, but I love looking at those fights. So was my spy. This is so cool. Can I actually hire those people? No. Oh wow, look at that. We have a bigger wall now. We have the Mongol player joining the war as well. That is even better than I expected, because some king will have to die. And I am looking forward to that. Although what I'm a bit sad about is that we don't see any really big army movements. I mean, this is okay here. Also, one of the hero skills that I am most annoyed with is the ammo repelling one, where they just throw all the arrow, or they reflect all the arrows back to the enemy for a certain time, and then they don't for a while, which is where you can hit them pretty hard. And then they do it again, and then they usually die. But it's annoying because there's nothing you can do against it. It's just a thing that randomly happens and that you can't control. Ooh. Looks like purple is on the move. Does he happen to be rank 2 in military? He is, okay. So, we might see a bigger wall there. I just missed something. Oops, I should have accepted that. Actually, I wanted to accept that, but I clicked it away. And look at that, we finally got that general. Finally got our axe-throwing general. And the blue king has just died. So, that was over here. The question is, can I get a Norman civilian? Perfect. I would actually need a civilian, but I like having those because they are generally not getting attacked. Damn it, he got the scroll. Okay, we'll keep you around here. You just wait there. Where's my... There. So... Yeah. It doesn't look like the landscape bug is going on here. Also now I have to kill his king twice. At least twice. Because the Orange Kingdom now has the Norman Scroll of Power as well. Look at that, we got another mine. And we're actually going to use that one. Because at least one of those cities was about to be filled. And we have plenty of Viking cities, which we could just use a few citizens from. Okay, there is a new Blue King, which is perfectly fine. And I believe the Blue Kingdom is about to die. As I said, when they go through a bunch of kings, like when they go through their kings within a few minutes, that's generally a good sign that the kingdom is getting very, very weak and is on the verge of extinction. And I don't care about that because they don't have their Scroll of Power anymore. And as soon as the kingdom stops having access to its own Scroll of Power, I don't really care about their prolonged existence anymore. I am like that. For now, let's get our Vikings up. Yeah, go there for now. What? Orange declares war on me? On me? And you want to attack there? That's actually the weakest 4 I have. Followed by that. Yeah, it's also 2 AM where I live as well. I would suppose you live in Germany as well, so good night. We were just declared war. I can't believe that. I'm not sure if that's because we had a spy or if it's because something else happened. Yeah, have a good night as well, my friend. Thanks for joining the stream. I will see if I can stream at another time next time. Maybe earlier. See ya. Okay. Now about this war issue. About this war. What can we do there? Actually, that's not too bad. It doesn't have too many forces here. So what we'll do is we'll just where do I have my Mongols? Here. I've been keeping those troops around for all the time. So I guess now would be a good time to actually use them. You there. Kill those. Also, change of plans. Kill this. Totally fix the plan. We'll kill this instead first. Okay. Also, shouldn't forget about my various locations here. Kind of want those to assist up here. Do I have anything closer? Go back. Do I have anything closer that's not currently on the... There's a general to kill. May or may not get an attack in. He actually will, but he'll soon run away. Yep, he's running. Money! Sadly, we won't get away with not killing anyone, and I think I'll just try to help defend this this place first. Okay, it's still a blue Archangel.
No?
It's still the blue one. Okay. So we'll intercept those, and then we'll try to drop his Seat of Power, so he can't earthquake us. Actually, we can try to do that now. We actually have the military forces to do so. Not with the king. I mean, we could also send the king, but I don't want to send the king. Let's send these guys in. So, kingdoms. You. Reputation minus 20. That's not exactly great. Also, could you retreat at 40%? Thank you. Okay. I don't think this is going to be going very well for him. And I'm reasonably certain about that. Not exactly useful, but I'll take it. Just send him in there. Yeah, that's not gonna do too well. I mean, those guys are recruits, nothing more. Well, those are also not great, but well, we'll have the firing support from the 4, and we will very soon have the Mongol cavalry. Oh, we lose a few people here. That's fine. Okay, this guy has joined us, and he should probably go in there. I found that suspicious. Repair that. Where's my army? Here, you. We might want to send them here first, and then set up an attack. Is there a king among those? Oh no, I think this was the Japanese general. Oh well. War has been indeed declared on us. I can't believe that. I still can't believe that. Thank you. I currently have a war going on, and I try not to do too many at once. Okay? No, I will not declare war. Screw you. Could you please hurry up? Where's my 4? I want to select my 4. God damn it. Yeah, it's getting quite low, so if you could get in there now, it would be absolutely appreciated. How many soldiers do... We still have plenty of peasants in there, so we can just recruit more. Yeah, at least he's leaving the 4 alone. There's a general. We'll target him first. Okay, he had some loyal troops there. You can actually return. Or not. Sue has been attacked as well. Which one? That one? Oh, it's been under attack for a long time, so it's fine. Oh, look at that, he has a hero there. Of course he has a hero there. And it's one of the freezing ones as well. This soldier has the time of his life. Could you perhaps not go in the infamous single file formation? Go here, form a block. Just form a block. Yeah, sorry, we don't take prisoners. You can actually return there. Nice, we looted some things. You can actually go here for now. As much as I would like to destroy his remaining stuff, I will actually just go ahead and... as much as I would like to destroy his Seat of Power, I'll just go ahead and destroy this stuff here. Okay, where's the general? One of those has to be the general. There he is. Okay, which one's the general again? Someone over there. Okay, now here's my block of soldiers. I want those to attack this. Now I want to focus the general. Okay. I think we're getting there now. Is this place it's being repaired? Okay, you... Yeah, just actually go in there. Just go in there. Maybe about a second Mongol somewhere. Oh, look at who's trying to get us. What of earthquakes. Prick. If that general wasn't at 100 leadership already, he would be by now. Like, going out and then fighting with an entire squad is a ridiculously fast way to level up leadership. We'll definitely accept that. I hope somebody is regretting declaring that war on me. Okay, you actually want to leave it. Run away. We'll continue with those. Actually, no, you can't just run away. Yes, you have to run away. You have to run away. And you have to get in here. Soon, no, we will not see an earthquake. Nice. Just run away. Perfect. How many soldiers did we lose? 5. That's actually more than I'm willing to accept, but I'm not going to do a Genghis Khan here and eliminate the entire squad. Ooh, Persepolis. Nice. Very nice indeed. I should have sent another squad up here. Oi, civilians? That's not nice. Yeah, that 4 is pretty much doomed. I'm afraid this 4 is doomed. Can I send anyone else in here? There's no command in here yet. Okay. Totally forgot about that. Also, I did have... Alright, I forgot to build that city because I was declared war on. Yeah, this place will not really hold. Sort you without your leader. All of you attack that. I'm not expecting any of those to come out alive, so we'll just fight back here, and then send him up to the to defend this place here. How's my 4 doing? So there goes my plan of just streaming like an hour or so. Oh well, it was worth it. I've got another citizen here. Okay, how are those doing? You wanted to build it there again. Let's destroy this now. We can do this all day. I believe I still have a spy somewhere. The suspicion is certainly there that we have a spy. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay, gentlemen, you will all most likely die. What's that? Yeah, since that guy kinda got surrounded, we had to take him out. I'm sorry for pausing the game every now and then. Actually, how's that looking? Okay, we have averted the attack, for the most part. Okay. We lost the 4 though, and that pisses me off. What are those guys? Why does he still have one of those? It's so satisfying to see. Yeah, kung fu them. My kung fu is better than yours. it all there was. I believe I may have a spy on somewhere, or the Orange Kingdom is just really good at diplomacy. He may just be really good at that. Okay. I think that guy is wandering. That's interesting. Okay, we'll have to sort that out now. We will have to fight. I'm afraid it has to be. Not with the king. Well, where's my general here? I should have a mobile Carthaginian general. Somewhere. There. Okay, change of plans. You just go here. Okay, that attack has been averted again as well. It will target his for last. I usually do that just so I can make sure that that my soldiers have the maximum amount of health they can have when they go out to fight him. Also, I'd like the general to have the Ring of Life. Generals tend to do very good when they have the Ring of Life, because it's just one of the hands down best artifacts around, I think. Yeah, we're gonna lose an elephant here, or maybe two. I don't like that. I usually return my squads home when they lose a soldier. Yeah, that probably wasn't smart. Okay, it would appear he's at war there. It's good to see. Okay, you're friendly. You don't have to stand there, you can just fight, you know. Maybe this guy? I thought aggressive mode meant aggressive. You don't have to be shouting aggressive and keep it to yourself, you know. Just kick their asses. Go for the jugular, do something. Look at that, he still tries to kill this four. He might actually succeed this time. I think he's jealous of my mine. Okay, Menguchai's kingdom has been destroyed. This seat of power is idle. A veteran Japanese soldier has joined, that's great. Yeah, we'll build a fort for now. That's all we can do. I'm looking for his king. He should be somewhere around here. Okay, Okay, we also need to send troops up there. Right, we lost the right to trade with that market, which kind of sucks. I really like that market to trade on. Okay, you have to come up here. I also like doing this to keep them busy and to essentially get their economy a bit. He got his power back. And we acquired the porcupine tag. Whoop-de-doo. Trying it again. Okay, now this place is fully equipped. These guys aren't going to attack me. Luckily I can see their paths with the seed of power I have. I'm actually happy with the ceasefire. Because I have stuff to kill. Oi. Yeah, about that. I prefer that not to happen. So, what are you? Oh, you're that guy. Make yourself useful. Those guys are still a bit too weak to fight, so we'll have to send out the king. Because I hate doing that. Need to return at 50% health though. Could also have... I think we'll be fine. Look at all the towns being founded now. Okay, that did well. Where are all my elephants? Still over there. I'm hoping they'll make it in time. I don't want to lose another fall. Or a market by extension, but yeah. I don't want to lose either of those. Okay, now let's actually do the counter-attacking. I think it's about time. We've been keeping those Vikings here around for quite a while, so let's use those. I also want those to return at 40% health, and we want to get rid of this. Now those guys... we'll have them retreat. Actually, I could just say, screw that, you'll stay passive. Okay, where else do we have troops? We have some soldiers here. They're not great, but they could do the trick. We have some guys here. We have... Oh, we have those. We totally have those. Where are those elephants? Okay, there they are. Well, outside of that 1-4 we lost, I think we're doing okay. Oh, my general has died to the plague. Of course the general has died to the plague. Of course it had to it had to hit the heroes. Damn. Poor timing, but when is ever good timing for the plague, right? Kind of want to end this game. But, I mean, I wanna win this, but I also kind of wanna. Okay, you go there, maybe. Afraid we'll have to send out some troops. Come on, get there, get there! Stop them attacking! Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, you. Trader plans, attack that. What's with all the walls? Damn it. I'm really not, this is really not the right time. Thank goodness we have them at the rebellion point. I will offer you a ceasefire. Okay, yeah, you'll die there anyway. Okay, this. I hate having to do that, but I have to kind of exploit the AI there. Oh wow, they killed the general. Oh, that's not good. Didn't think they'd achieve that. Do I want you to be a general? That's a good question here. Actually, yes. Currently lacking a better general. We'll do that. And, boy, this is a quite massive fight here. As long as we can hold this fort, it's fine. This army is not going to go well for me. Go there. Which of those is general? This one. You just move. Okay, how many elephants do we still have here? Not enough. Okay. This fort will be destroyed very, very soon. Right, at least we can distract some of his forces here. We'll send in more of those. Then those guys here. Okay, yeah, we'll have to send those up there. We'll have to send, well, where's my cavalry? Here, you. You actually have to go up here. Help defend that fort. I don't know why he focuses on that so much. But he does, so we have to deter him. Okay, there's another general here we can send. Who are we at war with? At war with blue and purple. Now, blue hardly has military to speak of, so I'm not too concerned about him. But we'll send some troops up here. That's actually the reason why I had those secondary force all the time. And with those, we'll start harassing him. Yes, destroy this first. Also use that. Ah, this force is down. It's totally going down again. Hoping this general will survive it. Would you stop doing that? There is no time to fight back. Could you do that? Okay, that fort is going down, as expected. Okay. They are going to get my economy, which is bad. Remember when I said, yeah, this place is a bit too spread out? That's what I meant. And he was actually reasonably smart enough and figured out that this was a relatively weak spot in my kingdom. Also, it's kind of important one because it's the only factory that actually produces stuff on its own. I was actually trying that as well. What's with everybody and that for? You know what? Stop producing here. Maybe we can at least get this stuff away. Okay, now you. Afraid we'll have to sacrifice another batch of Romans here. Okay, no more Tengri for you. Okay, that works. We may need a new general here. Go that way. I hope he survives that. He probably won't. Yeah, no, this one's a goner. Ah, shame. I think we are still in the lead military-wise. Yeah, we're at 850 versus 227. So we have a pretty solid lead. It's just of very little use to us because it's all, well, all over the place. Should have united it earlier. It's the big problem I have now. I should have united my military earlier. Sent it in there. Could we perhaps have a ceasefire for now? Like, at least one of them would be nice. Okay. We need more troops. Okay, this place. Just train at full capacity, will ya? It's almost not worth building a second factory up here. still moving. General, build a camp here. Okay, now Carthaginians, we still need... Well, we don't have any... Well, they're still busy, so it's fine. I made a mistake when I defended this, or when I fortified the city too late. There. You actually sell that again. And build me a new, stronger fort over here. And do it quick, because we kinda need that place to be alive. Okay, the right side, we don't necessarily need you to send all those Roman soldiers over there. Okay, now you get to return to your homes. And you actually can go here. Okay, any other troops on the way here? Probably not. Those are on the way down there. Well, they can do that if they want. It's time to counterattack.
No?
Okay. So, I think it's a good time to attack this fort now. And hope we won't lose too many soldiers to that. Those Vikings are a bit too beat up to actually success or to fight this fort without any losses. But we might still do it. Okay, now we are in the move, on the move. That means we can actually let's not send those out. We should have at least somebody out here who can fight. Good with you. Leadership. You're literally the only decent leader here. Blimey. Fine. You'll be a general. You will totally be a general. You know what? I'll actually send the Greater Being out now.
什么事？阿明来。
Nah, that's flimsy.
什么事？让我来。
Okay, where's my Greater Being right now? It's heading over there. Okay. We need a factory here. We also need more defenders here. Like, seriously. Okay, 5 of you to mine. Okay.
什么事？看我的。
Oh, really? You're attacking me with that. Also, it's nice he recycled the hero name there. Yeah, I might actually pull that off without any losses. Any significant losses. That was a terrible choice. Okay. That was useful of him. Okay, you have done well, you can return. You have done pretty good as well, but actually I might need you to keep fighting. I mean, everybody here. The orange player will have a lot to do with the rebellions that are sparking up here. And look at that! That's what we want to see. No. Don't do that. Where's the guy? Here. Kill that. Then we're done. They're taking my town, seriously. It's kinda dumb. Because we will just reply with full force. Also, this is why I tend to keep only one kind of troops in each fortress. Because then that won't happen, and the general won't be there way before all the troops, and he won't be surrounded by people who have their own ideas about sharp, pointy things that may be stuck into other not so sharp and pointy things. Okay, return. Retreat. Retreat. Full retreat. Retreat, I say. Retreat. Don't want to fight those rebels. Okay, fine. You go passive as well for a moment. Fine. Okay, passive. Everybody passive. I said everybody passive and retreat. Retreat, I say. Damn it. Why would those rebels attack me? Okay, now that this place apparently seems to have no more fighting going on, we'll move into the offensive now. This is so convenient to see the enemy movement. Is he serious about that?
干什么？
We'll mop that up as soon as we get to the... Okay, the hero Harold Hardrade has joined. Apparently lost one soldier here. One. Okay. Returning, that's fine. Ooh, we have acquired the Mongol Scroll of Power. Nice. That was totally worth it. General Yuluk, how many soldiers do you have? 14. Keep losing people, that kind of sucks. I prefer to have my... to take over my towns without any losses. Everybody out. Okay, what is trying to attack us here? There, so that's fine. Okay. That was a decisive victory, I'd say. I can set those back to active. I was actually hoping the rebels would fight the other guys. I want you to go there. No effect. I was actually hoping we'd get all spies killed, because I believe we have spies somewhere. I just don't know where, and I don't want to save Scumit, which is basically saving the game, then executing every soldier in every four, and then going back. Okay, let's quickly go through all my force here. Actually, you can retreat. We'll have you fight. Okay, Yuluk will go there. We need one more cavalry unit in there. Okay. Yeah, we'll meet them. We'll meet them in battle. Wait here. Block formation. Spade formation. Do we have a spade formation? We don't. Another hero for us. know who will not get yelling? Orange. Most likely. He may still get it, but I don't care. Oh, he has one of those reflecting heroes. I hate those, I hate those, I hate those. Can you just try not to get caught on your own mates there? Okay. Kill that hero. Ooh, look at that. We'll have that. Even more troops. So well. So turn at 40%. I don't know why, but it never seems to apply for all the generals. It works fine when you have... So we're going to try that again. With one soldier? Oh no, it's actually a whole lot of them. Oh, this place has lost a whole lot of citizens to the war. Can we intercept them? Probably over here. The bright side, his kingdom is being shaken by rebellions, so, or at least the orange one, so he's hopefully not going to declare any wars on me anytime soon. That first one didn't help him. Also, towns. I need a Mongol town with enough citizens. This one. Repair that, and then we'll build the seat of power. We'll have moved back in there. Then we'll have all of you go back into that city. Actually, I don't feel like putting up with another. Actually, no. Wait. Do we have any good leaders here? Yes, you. You go in there. You. Not you. You. General for... You get the gist. And the obligatory 40% health at which you may return. Give those guys something to do. In traditional fashion, they'll go and wreck some buildings. Okay, I do see a war with the yellow coming up soon. Seriously? That was kinda dumb. That was very, very, very dumb. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can have a ceasefire. Bastard. Oh, now you want to trade already? Buy me dinner first. Also, the general is too injured. We'll go back. I'm not sure if I actually used my rate of being to any extent here. Go back. Do I have the Carthaginian Scroll of Power? I don't think so. Nope. Chinese, Japanese, and Mongol. Didn't we kill General Zal already? I was quite sure we did. Now let's see. How many recruit some more. Get sorted at home. You'll get sorted. You lost one already as well. Okay, we'll have to cut down on this city by now. You'd say I really needs to get some time to recover. Go this way, go this way, go around this way. Don't need another war here. Also, if you could destroy that catapult on the way, we'd be very grateful. Okay, what are you? You're heading back to here. So these people are fighting rebels, and they're doing a horrible job at that. Okay, where's my... This will keep his military busy, and his economy. He still has to pay this in every time he rebuilds it. Yeah, I think we can take that. Who's all sucking up now? Two enemy spies have been exposed and executed. Very, very nice. Actually, if you have the Japanese scholars, it's always a good idea to actually go ahead and have her kind of check your cities before you recruit any military units. But sometimes you just can't do that, so you have to go with what you can get. I'd also like to offer you a friendly treaty. You can accept it or leave it, I don't care. But someone might be salty about losing the Scroll of Power. Okay, I think you can return for now. Where is that purple bastard? This is a military value of 14. Actually, no, let's not return. Let's finish it off. Starting with this.
光明
No.
来，
We'll kill his four. This is where the nation map comes in handy, because you can see where his troops are and where his stuff is. Okay, he has one more fort over here where we probably find General Zal, who I would like to kill last.
看我的，
Should have a king somewhere as well. General Zal, so his king might be in here. Because that is his own... No, he has another fort over... Oh, a camp over here. So that's where his king most likely sits. And we'll go pay him a visit. You know, talk from king to king and probably have his head on a pike. Go. It was over here somewhere. There. No, go there. There. We'll destroy the Purple Kingdom and call it a day for now.
光明来，
Who else are we draw with? Nobody right now. Good. So, the town of Ivysaur is probably not going to live too much longer. And I could say the same about most of the kingdoms here, because...
让我来，
oh, you don't want to
看
do
我
that.
的，
You don't want to build that fort there.
走，打擂，走，
Yep, we got yelling. Called it. Totally called it. Might want to defend the place though. Okay, where was my... Here.
走，
I'll be a bit quick about this because I believe the king is in here. Yep, there he is.
走，
Okay, and Zal has, as expected, ascended to kingdom. Where is he? Probably sitting over here.
不つて， 干什么？
Is that here? That is nationality. Ooh, we could get the Norman stables. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce the Norman names and things properly, okay? Forget it. It's not gonna happen. Slap some badges on those two guys. I will not declare war on any of those. Bugger off. I don't care. All those rebellions. Green is going to die. The Green Kingdom is not going to survive that. They're currently trapped in what's called the rebellion spiral. in case you don't know, killing civilians, you've seen it with me before, and all rebels count as civilians, will hit your reputation quite hard. And your reputation is also kind of what keeps your subjects loyal.
看我的，什么事？
So dropping a reputation is generally considered a bad thing because it, especially if reputation goes negative, like for the green player here, this comes with a pretty massive drop in loyalty of your subjects. And that, as you may expect, is not good.
看我的，
Because especially civilians will start to rebel, and
让我来。
it's not going to go well for you. And if you fight those rebellions, you'll have the problem that you will kill civilians, which will cause your reputation to drop even further, and so on. So there's really no right answer for that. I hope he doesn't have any words of power left. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they drop when the king dies, and sometimes they don't, and it doesn't seem to be connected to. Oh boy! It does not seem to be connected to whether or not the seat of power is actually built. Look at that! There's General Zal.
打雷，
Also, we just had some building damage. Not on this one though. Maybe on this one. Yes. And there's his final hero. Can you grab that?
走，走，不死，
There we go.
走，不死，
Also, something interesting. If a hero is a king and he's killed, there will be another name for some reason here. So the game will not say King Zal has been slain. He says King Kavi Haus Rava has been slain. Which doesn't have any game impact, mind you. It's just a weird thing that I've noticed. I do that sometimes. Okay, now let's recall all the generals. And replenish all the troops. Yeah, he's busy with rebels, he's busy with the Blue Kingdom. He's generally pretty much doomed. I also have no idea why that Japanese civilian is or was going to go this way. It's kind of weird. Okay, this general here needs another soldier. Let's get him one. Okay, who else? We have this guy. This guy here. It's two more. Yeah, sadly we don't have enough ninja forces here. Can have two badges though. Oh yeah, my mine has collapsed. I will build another one on that. I'm glad it collapsed when there were no workers in it. Mine up here. This place. Oh, it seems, yeah. Auto production. Manual production. Always have your factories on auto production. There is no reason not to. Ever. Except if you really want to produce only something, or only goods of one kind, but aside from that, I don't see any downside to it. Because the factory will automatically grab whatever is available in the nearest attached building. So if there is a mine attached to it, it will grab stuff from that mine. If there is a market attached to it, it drill grab stuff from that market. Teehee. And so on. What's not to like about that? Okay, you... One more. General. Build a 4. I absolutely love those Mongol cavalries. And history enthusiasts might argue that, yes, those were probably not that great at capturing and destroying cities and stuff, but they were still a great unit, and I believe it's Genghis Khan was actually a pretty damn great general. He was also very, very good at siegecraft, so I suppose that's what this may or may not be displaying as well. I don't know. That's what you get. Declare war on me. Okay, who got all the scrolls? I think Orange has all the scrolls. So, let's actually get to that now. Orange bastard. Do I have anybody who I want to declare war on? I think Nama would be a good choice. Right now we have everybody at war with everyone, so except Mitsui, who I already, to be honest, considered dead for a while. Because he had lost his scroll, he had lost most of his other stuff. But he's holding on. Undeserved, but he's holding on. I'll not bother Yellow for now, because Yellow has not done anything against me. I mean, look at those military scores. They wouldn't be able to hold up against any full force onslaught from my side. Not everybody is at home. There was a fort that was empty. That one. Also, do enjoy the rebellion notifications there. This one. Jorvik is also becoming a quite big city. I think it's interesting to see that the bigger a city is, the faster it actually repopulates. You notice that when you go and equip your citizens, if you have like a town, say the size of Takamatsu here, with merely 22 people, and you recruit a fortress out of that, it'll take ages for those 20 people to be recovered. And even longer for this town to be full again, but if you take them from a town that's full, so that's 100 citizens, and you have that, they'll be back to 100 in no time. Also, look at that. Look at that. They're still just out of reach. Didn't I build a second mine somewhere? Trader. Oh, he got it. Huh. Good on him.
Ready.
That's okay though. I mean, this town is constantly at war with itself, so he's unlikely to actually achieve anything there. Yeah, fine. I believe this kingdom will be soon depopulated. Yeah, it's raised of 161, but this city is gonna die. The rebels are gonna destroy it. This place is also not exactly prolific. This as well. And considering he has, well, at least this place is, Antium is not going to die out. It's not going to rebel and be destroyed by rebels. And Sura, okay, he might actually pull through. I mean, he already is at -100, so there is almost at -100, so there is not much way for him to drop any further. Which I suppose could be considered a good thing now. Here. We could take over that place. Oh wow, Fengyang is actually full. Could you go here then? And we'll also want to move, let's say, 30 people out of Fengyang and move them to Shanghai to bolster the numbers here. What we'll also do is, we'll not send a king, have you. Okay, so there's 4 people just raised in skill. You can tell by the fact that they just lost a bunch of health. They only seem to have lost, actually just gained a bunch of health and it didn't fill up yet. Sounds weird, but it's true. 4. I do have one of those in the Shaolin Temple.
好的，长官。
Okay, now Kaizu is not at war. Wrong, he is at war. Mitsui. Yeah, let's just wrap this up. Once this thing is built here,
不是，
we'll wrap this game up. Starting with this fellow. Okay, orange. What do we have nearby? Stop that. We have a bunch of Mongols nearby. Isn't that wonderful? So, I really like those cavalries. They're quick and very, very versatile, so there's nothing not to like about them. Also, there's no real reason to attack those a neutral frightened nest. So there's a bit of money in there, you can actually quite a bit. But if you can afford, if your troops are good enough to actually destroy those, then honestly, you should probably not have financial troubles either. So, people generally tend to leave those alone, because there's just no point in attacking them, unless, of course, it's part of the... Yeah, things you should have probably thought twice about. That's certainly one of them. Going alone against a fort filled with people flinging axes around. I mean, it's obvious that those people don't really care much about security, or safety rather. axe throwing is one of the probably more inherently dangerous hobbies. Let's round him up here. There's probably some more orange over here. Is there? Could have some over there. Let's destroy that. Look at that. That camp has been annoying me for all the time. Okay, that's not exactly the greatest thing to see, because it will drop their loyalty quite substantially. Okay. Let's try that. And that. I like destroying those Spitfires before they can attack you, for obvious reasons. Not the king. Is there a king among those? Right now it wouldn't seem so. The king usually drops about 2,000 gold, so it's very easy to see when you kill the king. Heroes drop similar amounts because they're bloody skilled. And it's just a general. Just a general. So how do you get 130 gold from a cannon? What? Oh, that general, yeah. That happens. I believe we've slain more generals from him than he has of us, so I think we're more than even. I should have probably waited with that particular attack. Okay, minus exhausted clay deposit. Also fine. Also note that the fortress will only attack you if you attack it, so that's why I generally try to avoid attacking those until the very last moment. Mine has exhausted its deposit. That's also okay. I don't mind that. Here. What the hell are my... Oh, here. Yeah. Those. And what's really amazing is if you can get an entire squad equipped with those Rings of Life, because those are very, very, very hard to kill. And you'll also not have to send them back to recover health, because they'll just regenerate very, very quick on their own and in the field. So unless they die of the plague, you can actually not lose those too easy. Like they'll be able to take down fours with pretty much no losses once they have enough skill. Yeah, just let them wander across the map, or just have them attack some buildings and take those down. Might don't want to get this guy out there.
好的，长官。
Totally forgot about that spy. I totally forgot about that spy. Like, literally, it was just... had he not been in that inn, I would not have remembered him at all. I'm not sure if I'm actually trading anything at all right now. At this time of the game I usually just don't care about it anymore. And we'll just go and steamroll the map. Ooh, another Ring of Life. You there, take that. Oh, would you look at that? He actually sent some forces out. He uses stuff of invincibility. I don't know why. I believe it actually disappears if you leave it on too long. And we're back. We seem to be back.
Okay.
There is the Norman Scroll of Power. We've been keeping this guy around all the time. So now comes his time to shine when he gets this scroll. Can we put anyone else on top of that scroll for now? Let's drop that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, just hit those buildings. Keep going with the 4. The thing is, every time he has to recruit a citizen from here to build whatever, he will lose some loyalty. So the longer he does that, the weaker the loyalty in the city gets, and soon they're going to rebel. In this case, he's really never using a citizen for 2 buildings, he just always sends them back into town, and from there on this goes down. It's a straight downhill battle from there on. Okay, we have those guys out, we have this guy not out yet. Alright, because he had this bonus from the gods. And gained a bunch of skill points.
什么事？让命来！看我的！
We'll just keep doing that. Varia is going to very soon spiral into rebellion. From there on, we'll leave the town. We'll leave it to itself. They usually die off or go in up in flames pretty fast. You can keep building stuff, but his loyalty has already dropped to 36 and it's going down to 0, so there's nothing we need to do here.
看我的！
Even the 4 will sometimes actually get the loyalty up a small bit for a short time, I suppose, until people realize it's
はい、お手の通りにいたします。
not exactly occupied. So that kind of sucks. I wish the gods sometimes give you like a cartload full of citizens. That's my spy. Great. And there we go, there's the rebellion.
让我来！
Now we don't have to do anything anymore. Just wait for things to end.
看我的！
I think he sits king somewhere.
走！No！不
Seemed to be somewhat injured. Go grab that.
走！不死！
Destroy that. Tornado hasn't spotted. Nice. And we finally have the Scroll of Power.
Oui, monseigneur.
Can't do anything with it because we don't have any Norman cities, but we have the Scroll of Power.
让命来！
Could you just go and destroy that? Also, when a rebellion breaks loose, I can't talk now anymore. You will see that the loyalty in this town will increase, probably because all the subversive elements have left the city.
干什么？看我的！
Leave that guy alive for now.
让我来！看我的！
Destroy that. Yeah, I see the loyalty is increasing for a moment because, I don't know, probably because there's a city and work and all that stuff available now. There is his king.
不是！ 干什么？干什么？让我来！
He just wanted to build a thing on that as the same
让
spot.
我来！
Lovely.
让命来！
Sorry about that. Don't hit your microphone. That's a pro tip I never got from anyone.
看我的！
I should have, though. Blame all those who did not give me that tip.
是，让我来！
Now we've seen this king. It's,
让我来！
come on, you don't want to fight anymore. That's a shame, because I do. You're going here,
走！
you think?
不死！
No, you go there.
干什么？
Nope. Come again.
看我的！
Nope. Yeah, fine. Okay.
Put
Wait. His troops are coming in here. Which one's the king? Which one is the king? This one.
no.
I want to kill the king first. There we go, that's what we wanted. Now kill this guy. Damn it! The scroll. Okay, Rufus Melee has ascended. It's not quite what we wanted him to do. Because I don't know where this guy is. Nationality. There aren't that many options anymore. You can only be here or there. I would suppose he's somewhere else. Let's try that. And leave his people alive, actually. Go there. Stop that nation map. Okay, none of those should be his king. Sounds quite clearly like a Norman on the throne. So, either of those cities. So let's see.
Guns and more. No.
Ah. Okay, let's get this guy sorted out. 94 peasants. We should totally use our axe throwers as well. I think that's actually a bit overpowered because they also have this ridiculous amount of... Oh, just leave it. You lost a soldier. What the hell is that about? Okay, and I know I could just use the control 1 and 2 and whatever, but I don't feel like doing so. I don't want to.
Right.
Everybody can work efficient. I don't want to do that. Ha! There's his king. Seriously? He's trying that? Is he nuts?
No.
Can I get my scroll now? Damn. Wait, this general, we just saw that one. He was running away from this battle. I wish I hadn't lost that one. There. That's the king. Let's chase him down. I want my scroll of power. He got it back, and he found it in the first place, and then he got it. He lost it, and he got it back. I don't want him to have it. And you see that this time the king did not actually drop it. There we go. Now we have it. Now we can just wipe him out. you destroy that. Or maybe that.
What?
Okay, he still has a force somewhere. No, he doesn't. He has this guy. That's literally all he has left. So let's remove this guy from existence. And let's have somebody from here, preferably a peasant, go and grab that. Okay, seat of power is empty. Idle, rather. Okay, you. On neutral with everybody, so send you in there. We'll infiltrate him a bit. I say a bit, you can't infiltrate somebody a bit. Thanks for no effect, gods.
Javel.
I'm not sure if there's actually much left to destroy here. So you might as well just retire. Yeah, they'll take care of that. And I don't actually think they'll do that well in terms of leadership. I mean, the rebels do probably have a high leadership. Great. So many generals and so very little to lead. Do we have any Japanese cities here? Nope. 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 I should totally get Runan at some point. Nope, we'll just have to build another city, another war here. Yeah, we'll have those become part of the citizens. Okay, I have quite the Carthaginian spread of power. So, you, sir, can have a flashy medal and build me the seat of power. Third one now. Lovely stuff. Now, how's that looking? We have 2 spies in the green place. There we go. This kingdom has been destroyed.
No.
You lot have destroyed a kingdom. Very well done. Head back. Now, something here is people with a high combat skill aren't very loyal anymore. They always want to do something. They always want to fight something. Okay. I kind of want to try and destroy this place with my spies. So they should actually be... Yeah, there they are. Stab him. No units have been killed in the earthquake, though. That's pretty good. Okay, in order to achieve maximum stabbage here, we probably have to put in more spies, I guess. Sadly, all of those are too good to send in. I mean, I want to keep this general in the 4 because he's a general. He's a pretty damn good general now. Also, I'm a bit sorry, but those people can't just join any non-rebel towns. Actually, no, don't do that. Join me again.
好的，长官。好的，长官。
We'll see if we can get this spy in here.
好的，长官。
You can also cloak your spies, which I can't do because I believe you have to actually turn him into another color and then you can cloak him.
好的，长官。
You shouldn't do that too often though, because that will cause him to become... There we go. And that's something I wanted to show you. If your spy becomes king, there's a loyalty check. And if you actually win that, so if your loyalty is, I think, above 50, you will just gain that king. He will immediately surrender to you, and that's it. Which is what happened here. Because I don't really know anything about those people. Actually, I just need to have more citizens here, so we'll just throw those in there. That's how you can actually take over a kingdom with very little effort and surprising little bloodshed. I mean, there is royal blood to be shed, and probably in copious amounts. But aside of that, it's fine. It's non-violent. Consider that boring, if you will, but it's non-violent. Let's make you a blue spy. Let's send you down there. It's also somewhat obvious who he'll pick as a new king sometimes, because he'll generally pick the one with a very high leadership and a very high combat skills. So if your spy happens to be the best fighter and leader, which is often the case with those spies you get from the gods, you'll be fine. You'll be just fine. Also, we only have 2 more kingdoms to go, unless there's a new one popping up, which we'll probably just dispose of right away. And since the Blue Kingdom doesn't really have many spaces where it can be, or the Blue King doesn't have many places where it can only be either here in this 4 or in this one, we'll just try both of them and then see if we can stab him. It's probably quicker than anything else. Then we'll rinse and repeat for yellow, although we might just declare war on yellow. Those 2 are technically still at war, which is pointless. And we lost 3,000 bushels of food. Considering we have about 211,000, that's not a big deal. Those rats could have taken out way more than that. Oh, I don't care. Oh, there's another place where this king could hide. Actually, you know what? 10,000 for a kingdom. 5,000 for yours. There we go. And now the resolution looks weird again. So there we go. that's this stream. There's the statistics. Took my sweet time with that, although I haven't played Seven Kings in quite a while. I do not want to continue. I could have probably bought the other kingdom for 5,000 as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I know one person has, and that's pretty much all that counts. I've streamed a bit longer than I planned to do, but it was fun. And hoping people will actually watch this one. It's good to get back into Seven Kingdoms. And I have to end this here. See ya. Bye. Is that not my... Quite sure it was...